Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing, nonprofit, educational, or personal use, tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, and full disclosure from myself, and no shade to anyone, I get a little nervous when I always see the same people answering questions. I don't know Jefferson Hawkins, but there's no reason that all these Scientology message boards, blogs, websites, podcasts should all be dominated by specific people. No shade to Jefferson Hawkins. I'm just saying that's my opinion. And this is on Quora. Is it common among members of Scientology to kidnap children? It's a funny way to word it, don't you think? Wink. Jefferson Hawkins, former ex-Scientologist, now whistleblower, and this was 6 months ago. I have never heard of a kidnapping per se, but they do recruit children as young as 12. They do recruit children as young as 12 into their abusive Sea Org, where they are required to work 16 to 18-hour days, doing hard labor, you hear that, LAPD? For a few dollars a week, fed slop, and rarely allowed to see their parents. They are also often sexually abused by their caretakers or supervisors. Yeah, like what was that guy's name? Gavin Potter, Valerie Haney. I don't know her whole story, but yeah. Caretakers or supervisors, a little secret that Scientology tries to keep hidden, but the stories are coming out, sure are. Often the parents are Scientologists and want their kids to join the Sea Org. They have no idea what they are subjecting their children to. I think there's a lot of mind control going on with that, and a lot of parents don't know what's going on. I'm not giving them an excuse, I'm just saying. Oh, listen to, I was gonna share everything on here, but hold on a second. Okay guys, I figured it out. So I take things with a grain of salt, especially when I see a really weird response or a weird freaking freaky looking answer. Because, you know, they try to infiltrate all this stuff. Ricochet. They have an agenda. It's not a religion. It was dreamed up by a third-rate sci-fi writer, L. Ron Hubbard, who was a knobhead, and in my opinion, it's a dangerous, manipulative, money-making scam. And David Miscavige is at the top of the crock of shit cult. Avoid. Oh, there was another one thrown in here. Sorry, you guys. I'm looking at my tablet and my phone is displaying something different. Oh, this is so weird. Okay, this one I really do a side eye to, but I will read it anyways. Bill Hall, so-called Scientology TM watcher. Scientology, for all its abuses, is not known for kidnapping children. It is known for robbing children of their childhood, though. That I agree with, but that's just a weird thing to say. Okay. Alyssa Moore Clow. Why don't people have Scientology raided for the illegal activities going on at Scientology? Yeah, LAPD, really. Could you please tell us? FBI, Department of Justice, Child Protective Services, Department of Transportation. I mean, there's more, but I can't think of them. Mostly because no one complains, and they've got lots of lawyers. Okay, they're going to make me do a free trial. I'm not doing it. They keep giving me all these related. I don't want the related. Oh, I see how it is. I'm sorry, guys. This is a little bit different than Reddit. So the next one is Arletta Sloan. Her question is, what are Scientology's beliefs about children? That they are only children until they turn 6 years old. I've never heard this one. Is what I was told by a Scientologist family. That particular family had 2 or 3 older kids, but the mom was pregnant. Scientology is for adults, not children. A pregnant woman has to leave and cannot return until the child is 6 years of age. That's weird. I'm not even reading that. That's just weird, you guys. It sounds like some type of distraction story. Okay, I'm skipping down. Boy, is this weird. Okay, guys, just bear with me. I guess you're not going to be able to view what I'm reading. Okay, Bill Hall. What are the dangers of Scientology for children? Scientology teachings put children at risk of abuse. These teachings include: there are no innocent children in the world. What the outside world sees as a baby or child is a mindless remote control vehicle that the mind of a spirit being selected to pilot after its last vehicle died. The spirit being is not a child. You hear that, LAPD? Since it's a gazillion years old and it's not innocent. Since it's seen and done most everything under the sun, including just about every S act imaginable. LAPD, did you hear that? Babies have experienced every S act. Isn't that crazy? A young girl who shudders because a man passionately kisses her is not acting rationally. This is L. Ron Hubbard who said this. She should see nothing wrong in the kiss and is instead reacting to a trauma. The trauma, possibly prenatal, must have made men or kissing seem bad to her. Really? Do tell. Abused children are not victims since they cause the abuse together with the abuser. They need to take corrective actions for those causes, including reconciling with the abuser. Oh, like Miriam Francis. I like this guy. He's got some good stuff. Child abusers who are Scientologists should not be reported to the outside world. LAPD, did you hear that? It's right in their policies. LAPD, Clearwater PD, Denver PD, did you hear that? Child abusers who are Scientologists should not be reported to the outside world, the WOC world. How about that? Physically disabled children chose to be that way since they chose the body that they're joining or they're piloting. Funding the Church of Scientology is more important than funding a child's education, unless it's Scientology training, which, of course, by the way, the parents will pay tremendous amount of money for the child's courses into the indoctrination. And henceforth, no regulation of who's teaching them, like the scum of the earth. What was his name? Wally Banks or Hanks or whatever the hell his name was. Thank God he just dropped dead. A child can perform almost any task without training if they get in touch through Scientology processing and how they used to do the task in one of their prior lives. Yeah, like, that's kind of like the Moxon daughter, how she got electrocuted. And Serge Obolensky, who was playing around with a firecracker because there was no adult supervision, and he lost both of his arms. And instead of helping him and giving him love, you know what Scientology did to Serge Obolensky? I believe he was like 15, maybe 14. They kicked him out of the Sea Org, or the Scientology, and where his mother never tried to help him or care for him, and he was made to be homeless as a 15-year-old boy with no hands. Isn't that great? Ailments should never be treated with psychotropic drugs. There's no such thing as a safe and effective psychotropic drug. It never can be. Epilepsy only needs Scientology processing. Talk to Tori Magoo about that. Tori Chrisman, she'll tell you all about that. She almost died because she didn't have the medication. And I have a fear that the young lady in the Scientology recruiting building, Shannon, I believe her name is, real pretty young lady. I'm a little bit afraid that she might have some type of seizure disorder going on. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, but she always moves her head from side to side. It's very strange. I don't know if that's some type of a seizure. It could be. A mainstream mental health professional should never treat mental ailments. Oh, L. Ron Hubbard, is that how you got all your injections of antipsychotic medications? Did you just do it on your own? They're all quacks practicing a pseudoscience. Well, they sure did benefit you, L. Ron Hubbard, didn't they? That doesn't realize that a mind is trillions of years old, exists independent of a brain, and only needs Scientology processing when not operating properly. Oh, really, L. Ron Hubbard? So is that why you were taking all those antipsychotic drugs when you died? Is that why? We just want to know, you know? Every psychiatrist most likely should be in jail for R or other vile crimes against their patients. Well, geez, L. Ron Hubbard, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you? According to Scientology teachings, an ancient spirit being piloting a young body acts as a young being for several reasons. These include: the young body is still developing into its fully operational capabilities. The mind of the spirit being is still grappling with how to make the new and underperforming body talk and move and such. The mind of the spirit being is still traumatized by the death of the previous body it was piloting and by other between lives events. Well, so far, I really like this guy, Bill Hall. He's on Quora. Go check him out. Okay, guys, I'm going to skip through some of these because they're just so... They look too weird to me. They don't look like real answers. Doug Perrin, a former Scientologist. What happens inside Scientology? Scientology has been accurately called a slow train of mind control. Their members are normally decent people, some of them are, who are brainwashed or intentionally misled serve as accomplices and informists. I'm just going to the ones that I feel pertinent to the children. Roger Clark, what is the Scientology policy on children? Oh, yeah, I can tell that's a fake answer. Yeah, boy, the Scientologists are really trying to take over it. They're lost. Okay. I'm just looking. Hold on. I'm going to pause this. Hold on. I'm going to find something else. Okay. Posted by Eric Wildfire, former law enforcement officer from 85 to 94. 9 months ago he posted, "What is the Scientology policy on children? Children are just tiny adults that are made to work, and they are taken from parents and put into work groups." Children can't be really taken from parents. I mean, unless these parents were locked up in a like behind bars. Everybody's like cooperating with this stuff. And put into work groups with older teens in charge. No, they're not older teens, as Mike Brown had explained, and some of the other second generation and third generation Scientologists have explained. A lot of the so-called managers in the ranch school were 9 and 10 years old. So please stop lying and stop trying to cover up your abuses and crimes. Okay, I'm going to move to the next one. Boy, there's a lot of garbage in here, of course, right? You know, they send in like the trolls like to try to throw it off, but it's too late. There's way too many children that have been AR'd in Scientology. There are way too many children being neglected, being exploited as we speak, being physically abused, and nobody can cover it up anymore. It's too late. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm going to put the link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. And have a good day or good night, wherever you are.